Well, good morning, scrappers, scrapettes, planet lovers, recyclers, devoted family members who I know watch my lives, and everybody else in the world, and all my really cool friends on TikTok and YouTube. Well, I'd say I've got myself quite the pile here, huh? It's not as bad as it looked. Most of it is already sorted. But I do want to show you all the different things that we've been pulling out of these servers. Again, this is for educational purposes. Hopefully it will help you when you go to buy boards or you go to buy servers. You know before you go. I'm looking for the sugar. Actually, I think I just put a little bit of honey into my tea here. Our local beekeeper is just starting to sell honey, and I am sniffy again this morning. My allergies have just been horrible. Got outside yesterday. I was able to find it stopped raining about 11 o'clock. I let it dry out. I went out and just started blowing the leaves and the pollen and the... Ouch! That was bubble wrap. Are you sure? That'll get your attention. You ever do that in the middle of the night? Step on a bunch of bubble wrap? Scary as, eh? So, I don't know how long my video will be this morning. Hello, Drew. Nancy, welcome. This morning, I have a guy coming to power. I'm going to have the house power washed. Yesterday I had somebody came to measure for one of those retractable awnings. I live outside in the summer. I don't want to get myself sick, So this is the last of the IBM servers that I have to do. So with that in mind, I wanted to show some of the parts and stuff. I've got 4 HP servers to do outside, and then I'll be all caught up. What I've been doing is sorting everything into bags. I have big bins at my storage facility, and I take them by the 1 pound bag and I put them into the bins. It gets a lot of the, it gets a good deal of the mess out of my house. I don't have to rush to sell anything. I can take my time looking for a buyer. And if I need to grab a few pounds to sell to board sort to pay bills, I can always do that. I do have an eBay store. CT Band Instruments, just CT, not Connecticut, just put it as CT Band Instruments. If you look on my profile page, you'll see some pictures. And I do sell e-scrap by the pound. I usually sell it for whatever I would have sold it to board sort for. You just got to pay your shipping. If you're in the Connecticut area and you want to come down and pick through the bins and weigh yourself out some e-scrap, you're always welcome to do so. That's all at the public storage facility, so no worries there. Alright, so continuing, I think this is just maybe the 3rd video like this I've done. And again, this is it looks like a disaster area, doesn't it? But it really isn't. So let's go. This came out of all the servers I bought last week. Last Saturday I bought a lot of servers. They all came out of a hospital, so I had to destroy them. I signed paperwork that said I would do so. So this, let me bring this down. I'm having trouble with my tripod. Sugar shit. Hopefully it'll hold. I've got to get a new one. It's on order. In the meantime, I just got to pray this one works long enough for me to get my video up. The plastic part where you put your phone, I kicked the bucket. I may just wind up going. I've got to upgrade my video equipment anyway, so sometimes you get pushed to do something sooner rather than later. So this is shielded RAM. A lot of comments come through, why wouldn't you try to resell that? It's very high quality. It came out of a server. That stuff's expensive. You'll find somebody to buy it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't think you can see this, but these servers could be as old as 2003. I don't remember. One batch was 2013, the other 2015. These are very old. I can tell by looking at them and the quality of the board. I just don't remember what he told me. I think 2015. They just got rid of them all. They were working. They upgraded their servers. This is running Linux. But you know, there's operating systems, there's license, there's product keys. And even with these, if sometimes you can't, well, you know, it's probably easier to erase RAM than other things. But in this case, this is only 2 gigabytes. So this server is running on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 gigabytes of RAM. I will sell this RAM, but I'm not going to sell it shielded. I'm going to take a little bit of heat. There's thermal paste under here, and I'll probably put up a video of that. I think I might even have one. But this is worth maybe a quarter a piece as it sits. If I take the heat shields out, I'm going to upgrade it to about $1 a piece for clean, non-shielded RAM. So I'm going to put that off to the side. I've got a lot of it. I've probably got 20 pounds of it to go through. Definitely worth it. And this is aluminum, so save the aluminum. This is stainless steel. Definitely some value there for you. You're going to increase your value by taking the heat shields off on those for sure. Hi, Joshua. Hi, Golf Freak. How are you? I deal with a guy named Golf Freak on eBay a lot. I wonder if you're the same gentleman. Hello, user ending in 115. Roger, good morning. Yeah, I'm glad I went on this morning. Alright, so, let's see. Yeah, most of this, like I said, this is all RAM. This is just going to go aside for me to process. I do have 3 or 4 clean pounds on eBay already that I've already cleaned. BoardSort pays, I think, $9 a pound for shielded RAM, but they pay $32 a pound for clean. So this is this I might just sell as is, and I'll show you the difference. This RAM came out of a gaming computer. This is a very cheesy, very thin, very flimsy heat shield. Even with heat, it's going to pull the chips off of the. It's going to pull the chips off the board. So for me to sell it to somebody who's doing gold refining right out is not a good business move. This I will sell to BoardSort. They have the means to clean this up better. You can see the difference. You know, this is just cheesy. As a matter of fact, here's an example for you. So this is what made me throw these all in the bucket. See, I heated it, but when I tried to separate it, it all stuck to this. And no, thank you. So that goes to BoardSort. I don't have the patience to deal with all that garbage, you know. Now this is the RAM that actually came out of this server. This is Dell memory. This is 8 gigs. This one was a little bit better. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 64. A little bit better. Dell certified memory. That actually, as I said, came out of this computer. Again, I feel the same way. I don't think this RAM is strong enough to sell. I see it up for sale on eBay, which is always it really is my go-to reference point. But again, I think there's better value for me personally. I'll get the aluminum, I'll get the stainless, and these come apart really super easy. I'm not set up to do that right now, but I will be. You know, at the workbench right now. Server. This is a server board. This is a server I have opened up here. This is the last of the IBM System 3550. So this is the last one I have. Dual metal socket server motherboard. Like I said, this is the last one I have, and I left it open just so I could show you where some of these things came from. And again, my purpose with this video is to show you what's inside. You get a chance to buy this server, you want to know what's in there because, you know, to see if it's worth it or not. Now, this, even though it says NVIDIA on it, and I know you can't see it, it's upside down, there's really not a lot of resale on this. It's a good board for gold recovery. This is a, come on D, you can do this. This is a logic card. It assists with graphics. It has something to do. This came out of the HP. This came out of the other computers. But this is a gold-banded BGA. There's a lot of little components here. If somebody has an immediate answer what this is, I'd be glad to accept it because I'm having a brain fart. Hi, Archangel. Welcome. Justin, welcome. YBN, welcome. What makes your computer smoother? More power. Tim the Toolman Taylor. You've got it. And that's part of the problem. When these get older and you don't have enough memory and you don't have a faster CPU, it's just like your cell phone. You know, it can only take so much equipment, so much information on older equipment, and then you wind up upgrading. For those of you who don't know, Windows is no longer, Microsoft is not going to support Windows 10 in another couple of days. October, I think they said. So what that means, if you're running Windows 10 and you have an issue with it, there's no support because they want to make you go buy new computers. There's going to be a glut of upgrades this summer. Good for me, bad for business. I mean, you can run it until it doesn't run anymore, but... So this is an NVIDIA chip, This will grade as a peripheral... I would say low grade because there's not a lot of visible gold, which makes it a peripheral low grade board. Peripheral is anything that isn't your motherboard. It's on the periphery, it's on the outside, it's a peripheral board. In this case, though, I am going to put them separately. I have a few of them, and I'll ask him to please grade these as peripheral high-grade boards. There's very little visible gold. There's a gold-banded BGA, and this is very rich in chip recovery. I will sell this to Board Sort, probably, in a lot of peripheral high-grade boards. If I get enough of them, I would put them aside. This is a gold... BGA is gold, bald... Aside. This is a gold, BGA is gold, bald, there's gold wire under here, there's gold bonding wire under here, there's gold balls, gold balls. I wonder if Santa Claus has those. Hi, Dave Donahue, I just made a dirty joke, oh my god, they're gonna throw me off TikTok. Alright, so, that's what those are. This is similar, and again, I am not a computer technician, guys, okay? So this came out of an HP, a Dell computer. This regulates the dual CPU. It's a dual port logic card. I would grade this as a high grade peripheral board. I've got visible gold, a lot of gold flashing here. I would put these in the same category. They're very similar. Okay. So you'll find some of those in these. Some of those in these. Alright. Yeah, see? It's really not a big mess. I've got everything all bagged up here. These, and again, I'm doing this so that you can see. You like, hi Angel, did you like my nasty joke about Santa Claus's balls? I thought that was funny. I was always told he had jingle balls, but you know, what do I know? This... Oh my god, I cracked myself up. I have got the week from HE double hockey sticks, but I did kind of pace it out a little bit. I have the power washer guy is coming today. The awning is being put up in 2 or 3 weeks. In the meantime, we had a huge flood in the kitchen last Saturday, and now the damage has come up. My floor has damaged, my countertop is damaged, and my timetable is all kinds of goofed up. I do have the outside looking pretty good, so it is what it is. One thing at a time, right? So in the meantime, I want to try to get as much up here for you guys as I can because I may be a little busy. This will grade as a peripheral high grade board. Great for gold recovery. This is a dual port logic card. I went on Google Lens, guys, and eBay, and I Googled all of these. I am not an expert, but when I sell them, whether it's to one of you or whether they're Board Sort or whatever, you got to know, you want to know what you're ordering. And here's a couple examples of the same product. This is from the Dell. This is from this computer, actually. So Board Sort will buy this clearly as a gold finger card, no heat sink, no bracket. probably will buy, actually I'm going to take back, I said I was going to put this in peripheral high. Now I'll put that in Goldfingers. No bracket, no heat sink. So even, yeah, all of these will go. I'm going to take back what I said. This will be a Goldfinger card. No heat sink, no bracket, plenty of chips, good value for the buyer. A couple different examples of the same product. I see them on eBay. They sell for $24, $25. If you check the sold listings, they don't go anywhere, guys. There's no resale. They get scrapped. That's why D, the scrappity D that you all know and love, comes through like a hurricane and buys them all and scraps them. Get over there with your friends. So, yeah, you know, I've done a lot of research on this. And again, this is really something for you guys. Like, if you get an opportunity, somebody's getting rid of or selling, like for maybe $10, a Dell system, an IBM System 3550. Ooh, I can go back and look at Scrappy D's video and see what's in there. Is it worth it? These were a good buy. I did well on these. He just needed them gone, and I made him an offer on the whole lot. These were over here on this computer. These are IBM Power PCI. Power PC. Video card, graphics card probably. They go into peripheral boards. I would sell that as a peripheral high-grade board if I sold it to Board Sort. It's peripheral. It's outside. There's a little bit of there's enough visible gold here for me to put that into peripheral high. This is a very, very good board. If you're doing gold recovery, definitely something you might want to consider. I mean, look, if you buy a whole board like this or a whole server, you're going to spend $25, $30 if you buy it. If it's given to you, praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. That's great. But if you're looking for pieces for gold recovery, these are great. So this is an IBM PC. I know it's upside down, I'm sorry. Power PC. Either a video or a graphics card. Okay, I can go in with its friends. This is what I do. I take them. Now, I've done a whole bunch of the same kind of computer. So I'm going to take those, put them in a bag. When I get enough, I'll either put them up for sale on my eBay store, or I'll ship them off to Board Sort. If I think they're worth gold recovery, I will list them on my eBay store first. Thank you, Matt. Welcome. User ending in 622, Eddie Imperial. Matt, welcome, everybody. Good morning to everybody. It is a gorgeous day in Connecticut, finally. I'm going to go complete brain fart here. I can't remember what these are. I put them up yesterday on yesterday's video. Board Sort's going to buy this as a Goldfinger card. No heatsink, no bracket. The back is meds and mets, you know, it's okay. But again, for somebody who's refining gold, you got all this, you got this, and you got the gold fingers. Some of these cards have as much gold fingers as RAM does, and they're a lot cheaper. So, you know, you can dig these chips off, and you can get the gold fingers. I actually think you can do better than buying RAM. So, and I really forgot what these are. I can't remember. I think they're PCI cards. They would grade as a peripheral board of some type, but because of this, I can sell them as Goldfinger cards. No heatsink, no bracket, no partridge, no pear tree. Oh, I got a lot of these. Holy cow. These came out of the, these all came out of those Sun Microsystems, those really old Suns I had. There's a lot, there are gold pins under here. I know because there's gold flashing. I have about 10 pounds of these. What are you doing in there? You don't belong there. That's got into the wrong bag. How dare you? Well, this will go as a gold fingered card to Board Sort. A little bit of junk on here. I would sell this to somebody who was doing gold recovery. Gold finger card, no bracket. Or you could get away, you could put this into peripheral high-grade boards. Either one would be okay. And I am going to make sure this video goes up onto my YouTube channel, guys, so that you'll be able to go through and, you know, look at some of this. This is a great board for gold refining, sure. This is going to be just flashing. You got gold fingers. You got a few chips. You know, not great, but certainly not bad. This board itself, this board itself is an older board. Therefore, it is really high in gold recovery inside as well. So I forgot what these are called. I really did. I hate when that happens. I usually have these written down and cue carded up, but I didn't. I think it's a voltage regulator. That's what I think somebody told me. Anybody got an idea? I'm open to ideas. Here's another one. This one I would put with peripheral high-grade boards. This came out of a Cisco. Lots of gold recovery here for a buyer. Gold banded oscillator. Couple chips. So this one's okay. I would grade this one as peripheral grade high. I do have some visible gold, and I have lots of good chip. I know for a fact there is a lot of gold under there. Again, there's the flashing. I got a shitload of those. And again, so I've graded these as peripheral grade high grade peripheral boards. Boardsort will do the same. Been doing this a while, guys. I just have them graded as high grade peripheral boards. Yeah, these. Oh, I know what these came out of. These came out of those Cisco blade servers, the smaller servers that are about yay by yay that slide into the cabinets. Those came out of Cisco blade servers. Here's another one. Here's a good picture of the gold recovery in here. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. So I have I'll sell those by the pound as well. When I figure out what. Yeah, they're. It's a voltage regulator. I remember now. They were this way upside down in the Cisco blade modules, and this serves as a backplane board, so something gold plugs into something gold. And the other end of these has a lot of gold recovery too. If I had time, this is definitely something I would save and pull the pins. I don't have the time right now. I got 20 billion and freaking one things going on at the house, and yeah. So these would just be board sort of grade that as peripheral high grade boards. Look at that. These were really old too. These are out of Cisco blade servers, and really rich in gold recovery for a buyer. Cisco stuff is usually pretty good. You know, even for one of you guys, if you wanted to sit here and pluck the pins and knock the chips off, I sell them by the pound. You know, in the store. Or if I need to sell them, you know, because I need to raise some funds, those will go off the board sort. That's 3 pounds, and I think peripheral boards go for $2.49 a pound. I'm not sure. I won't swear by it. I got to look at Board Sort's website. So I would sell that. I would sell that bag, you know, 3 pounds. I've been trying to do it by the pound, so I have like 1 pound bag, 2 pound, 3 pounds. People can order what they want. You know. Or not, you know. I don't have to sell it outright on eBay or anything. I can certainly ship it to Board Sort, which is, you know, I do like to try to make it available to you guys first. It's hard to get e-scrap, and right now it's been even harder. It's been brutal trying to get e-scrap lately. So this will also go as a peripheral high-grade board. It doesn't have a lot of chips. It's got a lot of visible gold, but I think there's enough here to warrant peripheral high grade. I usually just sell these as gold bearing material. They're in my eBay store. But these are peripheral high grade boards. Lots of gold, lots of chips. Size doesn't matter. Here's another one. This is what I was telling you. Where are those logic cards? The ones that I just had. One clipped into the other. Look at the gold pins on that sucker. Yeah, so there's a lot there. So peripheral high-grade board's good for gold recovery. See, I told you. Look at my pile's already gone down. There you go. I think I showed you. This is a logic card. They come in different shapes and sizes. These are both logic cards. Now that I'm starting to wake up a little bit. Gold pins here. Processor here. This does not have gold fingers though, which I can't sell it as a gold finger card. It has to go into peripheral boards, and in this case, peripheral high grade. Okay. This here is specifically for dual socket motherboards. It's a dual port. And I don't know about this guy. I'm not a computer technician. 2005. Look at that. 2005. Knew that the older the board, the older the server, the higher the quality of the guts. Cash for computer scrap. I don't think they pay as well as Board Sort Monty, but you know what? That is going to be an awesome idea to check. My personal opinion is, as the price of gold continues to be way up there, that actually kind of brings me to why I started on all of this. Kind of rewind just a little bit. I started doing this as a hobby, and I have a music school, and we had one of our staff members who was really good at computer stuff. He had a recording lab in there, and we bought used servers all the time, in and out, used them, fixed them up. Some of them we sold, but he was just really good at it. And one thing led to another. I had a bunch of them down in the basement that I had saved to put on my eBay store and eventually resell. I had a bunch of old Apple stuff. I had a bunch of old Mac stuff. And yes, you're right. I'm going to Montefiban. Thank you so much. It's a great idea. And I had all this stuff, and I continued to run the music school. My ma got really sick. She was older. She needed to be cared for full time. So and then COVID hit. So the music school took a shot, and I was desperately trying to keep it open. So I wound up starting to sell stuff, and then I just found out about e-scrapping. It was something I could do from home. I could dismantle the old servers for parts, and one thing led to another, and I was able to make enough money doing that I was able to stay home and take care of my mom. So it really was a blessing. It really was a messy blessing, but we have a big basement, so I was able to be home and start learning more and more about e-scrap. I'm now on to about my 7th year of doing this. And now I do it in the morning because, music school is slow in the morning. And right now business is not good. We never got back to where we were. I'm going to retire in 2 years. I've got 2 years left on the lease. And I've got it up for sale, but we'll see. So anyway, as all this progressed, I'm watching the price of e-scrap start to steadily rise. And they're talking about NVIDIA and AI and all these chips and all this computer stuff going on, And I'm thinking to myself, where the heck? Hi, Calvin. Good morning to you as well. Patrick, fine morning to you, my friend. So I had a discussion with one of the scrapyards locally, and I said, have you given any thought to e-scrap? He said, not really. But we just got talking. I got very friendly with the family. They were losing their mother at the same time as I was losing mine, and we got to be very good friends. And we did a little research together, and we're looking, and I said, I think e-scrap would be very beneficial to your business because light iron, about 3 or 4 summers ago, I was paying like a penny a pound. It was horrible, and he agreed with me. So we started doing some research. I trained him how to break apart, grade, and identify all kinds of e-scrap. And I've saved quite a bit. I've got some in my storage bin. It's all marked. It's all in bags and boxes. If I have to sell it out to Board Sort, I certainly can. But as the last couple of years have gone by, the price of e-scrap has gone way, way up, especially older gold-bearing material like this. These sell much better. This is from 2001, 2002, this board. Wow. The older the gold, guys, no question about that. But I thought to myself, where are they going to get these materials? There's only so much gold. This is full of copper, palladium, aluminum, and all kinds of precious metals. By the way, this is why you don't cut this in the house, because it is actually metal dust. It'll make you sick. Side note, Red Cross teacher for many years. So I'm watching the price of e-scrap just go up and up and up and up, and I'm thinking to myself, there's going to be a market for this. I started following a lot of people on YouTube. Shark Scrapper really was very very informative. He was really good. And I started selling it to Board Sort. And one thing led to another. The scrapyard got involved with it. Unfortunately, we had a disagreement and we parted ways. But, you know, he's doing very well with his e-scrap business. He actually bought my old website, which was scrapthecomputer.com. My new one, well, not my new one, my original one is thecomputerscrapper.com, and I've been offered a good sum of money by several people to buy that, and I won't sell it. So I just think there's going to be more and more value. And look around online, look on YouTube, look on TikTok. Everybody and his duck is getting into refining gold, or at least salvaging gold. So there is money in this, and I saw that coming about 5 or 6 years ago. And I think what's going to happen is Board Sort is not going to be the only game in town, although anybody would be hard-pressed to catch up with them. They do a good job. They really do. I know Shark Scrapper mentioned there is an Australian and New Zealand-based company that is opening in Texas, and he's been shipping a lot of stuff there. So I think there's going to be more competition to purchase e-scrap online. The local yards, they're a middleman. That's exactly what it comes down to. They're middlemen, or women, if the case may be. So they're gonna buy it and sell it at a profit. I just don't know. I don't know. I do know that in the meantime, it's very important to know what's in these before you buy them. You will get burned if you go in blind and just go pay money for e-scrap. You'll get burnt. Try to get it free. Try to catch up with a technician or somebody who does this on a regular basis. That's how I got all of these. If you go out and buy it, you're not going to know what's in there. And, Anyway, so that was just, that was all to answer somebody's question about a second refiner. And it's already gone by. Monty said something about cash for e-scrap. I think this is going to be a bigger market for it. Okay. Not sure where I left off, but so these are peripheral high-grade boards. Good gold flashing. I could sell these as gold finger cards easily. And also, this might help you guys if you go through eBay looking to just purchase e-scrap. It's certainly easy to purchase a pound of these over one of these honking things, right? And go over there with his friends. These are riser cards. This came out of a 2001 HP. Look at this. This is very old vintage gold flashing. Look at the gold recovery on this thing. There's gold in here. There's gold here. There's gold here. Gold. Not a lot on the back. But, I mean, if you're out buying ramens, just cutting the fingers off. These fingers, not these. So, I think there's a lot of value in this kind of e-scrap. I sell this by the pound. I'm getting to the point where I can sell it by the 10 pounds. And, ooh, gosh, this one weighs a ton. Wow. This is an HP riser card. This is 2001. I can feel the difference. This one's newer. Of course, there's a lot less on it. And you can see the difference in the gold flashing. See, this is vintage. This is newer. Right? So these are slot cards, riser cards, things like that. Great gold recovery for you. And these are graded as such, riser cards. They come in a couple of different sizes. These are the big ones. And these are loaded with gold, guys, in here. There's a chip under here. Gold fingers here. Do we have any smaller ones here? This is a smaller one. It does the same thing. It's no different. And here's another one. Sometimes people will put these in with back plane boards. That's really not a far stretch. I try to keep them separate. Sometimes I'll sell them as a mixed lot of riser cards and back plane boards. They grade about the same on Board Sort. So, are you guys enjoying this kind of a video? I see a lot of new names coming in, and that's really cool. Please take a minute and give it a like for me. That really helps the channel a lot. Here's some more. This is from 2001. These are all from old HPs. Excuse me, 2005, 2007. Even between that and the 2001, you can see the difference between the gold flashing, huh? Good gold recovery here, though, and a lot cheaper than buying boards. That's my. It's cheaper to buy the board parts than it is the board. I could sell this as a gold finger card with no bracket, or I can put it in. I separate them and put these in as riser cards. This is just me. Same here. Board Sort said sell these to them as gold finger card, no heatsink, no bracket. These are also. Hang on a second, I forgot what they are. I went blank. Brain hiccup. They're processing cards. Sometimes you'll see these like over in the well, this computer wouldn't have had them. It's too short. But they'll be standing this way. There'll be 3 or 4 of them, and they'll be. These are also PCI cards. They're just PCR cards that have chips in them. I probably would sell that as a gold finger card, no bracket, but they are PCI cards. They do the same thing these do. They're all external processing cards. This is a Logic, Q-Logic, and it is made in, I don't see a year. So again, you know, I'm not a computer person. I spend a lot of time online just taking notes and studying about these. I will have a library of this up in my... Hi, Kevin. Hi, Ed Coleman. Good morning to you. Dave, did I miss you? Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I wasn't sure I was going to get a live in this morning because I got the power washing guy coming out and a lot going on. Now I've got all the... I was going to fix the outside over the summer and then the fall start the inside. Now my timetable is completely reversed because of the flood. So, you know, one day at a time, we'll get her done. This is a backplane board. Something gold plugs into the backplane board. So this is definitely and clearly a backplane board. Not a very good one, but a backplane board nonetheless. These are all slot cards, video, graphics cards, things like that. Again, gold finger. Good gold here. You could either sell this as a peripheral high-grade board or a gold finger card, no heatsink, no bracket. Again, I keep these separate, and I sell them by the pound. A whole bunch of those. These are IBM. They probably came out of something like this. This one's older, you can tell by the gold. Logic cards. You know, gold finger card, no bracket for Board Sort. You know, I personally will sell these by the pound separately for gold recovery. You know, I got a bin of them. If I need to sell them to Board Sort, I know what I'm going to sell them as. I have them all graded. See, to me, if I was doing gold refining, I'd be going after things like this on eBay or whatever. It's cheaper than buying boards, and it's certainly cheaper than buying RAM. This one's a gold finger card as well. It's not a very good one, but nonetheless. But look at that. Look at the gold recovery. That's a lot cheaper than buying RAM, guys, and it's got a lot of chips on it. RAM's $30 a pound to buy right now. So these are all gold-bearing slot cards. Here's another one. This one's really nice too. There's a lot of gold in here. There's chips. That's a good board. Look at that. Lots of gold. But I have those all, as I said. They're grouped together. This is actually a PCI card too. That came out of this computer. It was back here. There's another one. So, again, you could sell them as gold finger cards. No heatsink, no bracket. Or you can sell them as what they are, PCI cards. Okay. See, now the pile has moved. Now it's over here. Good value in the heat sinks on these computers. I could sell that right now out the door as number 2 copper if I knock these off. I have a bit of an argument for Bear Bright if I clean this lacquered copper off. These were other heat sinks. Always make sure you scrape your heat sinks, guys, because a lot of these are copper. This is number 2 copper. I thought it was aluminum at first, but it's copper's heavy. So we did well with that. What else have I got to show you? I've been into nipping a little bit of Goldfingers. I take these off the power supplies that come out of here. I just take the Goldfingers and then I sell it as a power supply. No cord, no wire, which is what it would have sold for anyway. And then we talked about the memory. This is only 8 gigs, as beautiful and nice as it is. I'm gonna pop these apart. I have a little mini heater. What I do is I put them in front of it. I let it get heated up. Take this one, work on it, put the next one in, and do them that way. I've got a shitload to do. What did I get this out of? I got this out of a Cisco wireless Ethernet port. Cisco has some great boards. It's a peripheral board, and that's it. It looks like it's RAM. You could put that in with your RAM, but it's kind of not fair to your buyer because there's no chips. I put that in with my PCI cards. This, look at the gold flashing here. This came off of an older CD-ROM driver. The new ones are not worth it. The old ones, yeah, if they have the gold pins like this, they're worth taking apart. If they don't, put them in with your shred. Alright. Well, I think, my dear friends, that is all I have for you this morning. I know it's not a lot. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to ignore you on this fine Sunday morning. Hi, Ed. Good morning, Dennis. So, how often do I need to replace thermal paste on a CPU? That would be a question for one of our more advanced. I would forward that question on to Custom Computers. They are here on TikTok. Very knowledgeable people. Maybe somebody out here has an answer. Dr. Phil, welcome. What else have I got that I can show you? And I have these now, guys. I have these stocked up by the binfuls, so I sell them in 5. I've been selling in 1 pound lots. I'll be selling them in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 pound lots. And something I can always send over to Board Sort. You know, it's here if you want it. If you don't, that's okay. I love your company. Some other things we got out of these. Now, these are pinless CPUs. They're not iCores. iCore has kind of a... The arm comes down and then bends out, almost like a broken letter D. These are older. Again, I knew there wasn't going to be an iCore in them. Otherwise, I'd be careful handling them. I tend to clean off the thermal paste because it gets into everything. So on a dual socket metal board like this one, Intel 2006 Xeon. So these are just the scrap. There is no resale to them. Honest, I wouldn't lie to you. There ain't none. I just sell these by the pound of Board Sort. Really, basically, what you'll get is like gold flashing. There's some chips here. This is copper. So it's not that they're worthless, but you know, it just gets me. These were so expensive years ago. Now they're scrap. Trust me, I've done every bit of research there is to do to, you know, get some more value out of them. There's just none to be had. Let's see. Yeah, so I've got all this sorted. This is all going to go over to my storage bin. I don't have Gaylord boxes, but what I have is those big moving boxes from Home Depot. And I'm actually planning on turning this into a full-time business, which I'm really excited about. This is fun. My music school is getting to be nothing but a headache. My heart isn't in it anymore, and it hasn't been for quite some time. I'm burned. You know what it is? I'm burned out. I'm tired of people missing their lessons and expecting to get refunded, and I'm tired of teachers changing their schedule, and then there's not a room, and I've had it. It's up for sale. I hope somebody will buy it. If I wasn't under lease, I would shut the door tomorrow. I do well with the rental business. That's easy, and I can run that from home. I think that's really the bottom line of all this. I like being home. These all came out of hard drives. Every single one of them. That all came out of that big, ginormous pile of hard drives that I did the other day. Go back and take a look at that video and look how much gold is actually in hard drives. Scrappy D has gold fever. So these are some other chips we got. This is a more current. This is probably a Xeon. Yeah, Xeon E5 series. And again, it's pinless. There's nothing there but scrap value. We talked about the shielded RAM, even though it's pretty and it looks chunky and everything else. 2 gigabytes. I know. Why would I waste my time even selling that? So I'm going to, these are going to get cleaned up. Even this one, as sharp as it is, 2 gigabytes. Yeah. So, you know, you'll get a few pounds of, you'll get 2 of these pinless CPUs. You may get the bigger ones. These are the bigger ones that come out of some of the servers. They're just bigger. They just weigh a little more. Again, Board Sort will buy these. You know, really not a lot for gold recovery. This is a pinned CPU. It's not a great one, but this is, you can't see it. Sometimes there's a date on these. This is an IBM. It didn't come out of this computer. This had the metal. Intel Xeon 2001. That's a good chip. Those are pinned. Those have better gold recovery, guys. Pinned CPUs are, they're usually in a plastic, there'll be a plastic socket underneath. I had a couple yesterday we took apart. They were dual plastic sockets. Alrighty. Sadly, I'm going to have to love and leave you guys. I don't have too much else here to show you. Even this is an older IBM. That's pinless. Alright then. I would like to take a moment and wish you each and every one of you a joyous, blessed Sunday. May your week start out well and finish better. And I will see you next week around the same time. I usually go live on Sunday mornings, and I didn't want to miss you guys today. Last week, of course, as you all know, I had the flood, plus I was away. Here's one for you. These are fabric backed. They weigh nothing. You need about 1 million of them to make a pound. But these are pinned CPUs, highly desirable for gold recovery. Those you want to keep. These, scrap them. All right. Have a wonderful day. Hi, Mia. How are you? Good morning. So, yeah. I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks again for spending some time with me. I will post this video on my YouTube channel and on TikTok since I didn't go over an hour. I'll be building a library page on my website, thecomputerscrapper.com. It'll have pictures of all of these, some descriptions. Again, it's there not because I'm trying to be a salesman. It's there because I want to show you what's there that you can buy from instead of having to go buy a whole damn computer or a whole damn server. Why not buy the components? And then you don't have to spend time taking it all apart and dealing with scrap metal, and I've already done it for you. RAM slots? Here? Facts. Yeah. Hi, Angel. Hey, what was that motorcycle rally you were at yesterday? The video kept cutting out, but it looked like fun. It looked like a good time. All right, well, the sun is out. I am going to go and get prepared for the guy to come power wash my house. He has to do that before I have the awning installed. So those are my two outside things. You know what? Hang on one second. I have one thing I must show you, because I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to show you one more thing besides my smiling face. Doesn't it look great? I need a haircut. But I want to show you. Why not? So this is the disaster area in the backyard. We had a horrible storm. I actually have most of it cleaned up. I'll finish today. I'm having this taken down. I'm going to have a sunsetter awning put in. He's coming to power wash today, so we'll get rid of this mess. I'll have my patio back by the end of today. But look. The garden's done. This is all. I got the first garden done. And I've got the front part of this garden is done. Today I'll go back and I'll cut the rest of those maple bushes out. I'm going to mulch back there. And this garden will be done. So this is coming along. It has been raining buckets all week long. I haven't been able to do anything out here. So we're coming along. Slowly but surely getting things put back together. Okay, I had to show you the garden, guys. I've been talking about it like crazy. Another week and I'll have this done too. So we're getting there. Okay, the garden, guys. I've been talking about it like crazy. Another week and I'll have this done too. So we're getting there. Okay, all. Love you.